Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show. Of course, you heard the Alabama A&M fight song to start us off. Congratulations to the Bulldogs winning in exciting fashion on yesterday against the Arkansas Golden Lion. Came up a little bit short, which leads us to our guest for this evening. We're going to have meeting us first on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline, none other than Connell Maynor of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. We'll also hear from Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie A&M University Panthers. Get his breakdown and assessments of the championship game that was. Whole lot more on the table for tonight. Don't forget, we come to you every day, some shape, form, or fashion. All you have to do is keep up with the Open Mic Broadcast Network on the website at obnradio.com. Follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. We originally started out OBN_radio. That still works, but The Mike Prince Show has been the one of choice. And, of course, our YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And without any further delay, we're going to jump right into this evening's episode. Hopefully all are doing well right now. Big weekend. Get you caught up real quickly in the baseball side of things before we get into this football deal. Prairie View howling up on Grambling thus far. We got confused with all the rescheduling and replanning and bad weather. Games were pushed back. Well, Prairie View, last we checked, had 2 out of 3 thus far over Grambling. Still a game behind in the loss column, but taking care of business as we get ready for the SWAC tournament coming up next week. Next week, softball tournament will be coming up next week, and baseball is week after next. So we got all that situated. What a game between the Bulldogs and the Golden Lions. Exciting from beginning to end. And what looked like an overtime game en route, a pick toward the red zone to seal the deal for the Bulldogs. And regardless of what anyone says, spring or fall, it was an exciting game. NFL draft took place, and not one HBCU student athlete received the call on the first couple of days of this draft. Now, we know they're going to get some free agency opportunities and, go the hard route, which all of it is hard to get to the NFL. But I find it odd, surprising, that not one HBCU Division I player got the call. But this too shall pass. We know the more things change, the more they stay the same. I'm not going to harp on that right now. We get ready to get set up for our first guest on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be animated and a lot to talk about on tonight. So we'll get ready to receive Coach Maynor. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. You listen to the Mike Prince Show Sunday Night Live edition right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Reflections Paint and Auto Body Shop, located in Waller, Texas, is ready to restore the beauty of your automobile. Whether it's a small dent or a major accident, if your vehicle needs auto body repair, check out Reflections Paint and Body Shop. All repairs are completed by highly skilled and trained professionals. They are located at 2910 Waller Street in Waller, Texas. And just in case you can't get it into them, they provide towing services. Call them today, 936-931-5780. That number again, 936-931-5780.
Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union has 13 different locations to better serve you. Locations in Rosenberg, Missouri City, Katy, College Station, Bryan, Brenham, and Waller, Texas. For more information, you can contact them on their toll-free number, 855-391-2149. Or you can send an email to information@bvscu.org. Let's face it, from time to time, we'll have a need for an attorney, whether it's the case of a DUI, DWI, or any other circumstances that would find you on the other side of the law. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street, is the one to call. Attorney Lee Van Richardson and his staff are equipped to help you get through your legal battles. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, 979-826-8008 in Hempstead, Texas.
This broadcast has been made possible by the support of the Prairie View Athletic Club. The Prairie View Athletic Club is a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics. For more information on becoming a member of the Prairie View Athletic Club, send your email to pvathletic.club@gmail.com. That email address again is pvathletic.club@gmail.com. Prairie View Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics.
Have sports, will travel. The Open Mic Broadcast Network serving student athletes from Little League, high school, and collegiate coverage right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. From coast to coast, from dusk till dawn. You can catch all student athletic action right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back to the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline and the Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show. I need not to introduce this man, but I got to give him an opportunity to come in and do what he does. The SWAC football championship head coach, none other than Coach Connell Nature Boy Maynor. How you doing this evening, Coach?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing real good. Hopefully all is well in the land of Bulldog land. Is it, everything okay, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah, everything's great. You know that everybody's on a high still. And, you know, the great thing about it, you know, it's at the end of the season, so you get to celebrate it a little longer than you would a regular win and things of that nature. School is out. So, you know, we graduated 14 guys Friday, and they got that degree for their parents. And then they was able to play Saturday and get that championship ring for themselves. So it's just a great, unbelievable weekend for our seniors that graduated and walked on Friday.
Absolutely. And being that one of those where you're starting quarterback, Mr. Glass, he graduated and won. And I guess the magic question, Coach, is he going to return?
Yes, he's going to return. You know, talk to him and his parents, and he's ready. We play in 3 months, you know. And this ain't the year to go in the draft for a quarterback anyway. You know, all those quarterbacks got drafted. So it kind of was a blessing in disguise for him that we had COVID and he get another year back, because now he get to come out and next year's draft, and hopefully he'll move up and be a top 5 quarterback.
Well, it's ironic you say that, Coach. We know the NFL draft just took place this past weekend, and to surprise of myself and others, there was not one draft pick. Usually you get one to linger in around the 7th round out of HBCU this year. What do you think? Is that a mistake by I don't know, omission? I don't know. How do you explain that?
I can't. I wasn't doing the drafting But I'm gonna say I'm gonna blame it on COVID, not playing it so long. Uh, and I don't know. I don't know why they didn't do it, but you are right. Normally, you get somebody in that fifth, sixth, seventh round, and we didn't have anybody this year. So we just got to keep working hard, and if you could play, they'll find you.
Absolutely. Keep working hard is the key. Now, Coach, let's go back and if you could recap this game, a game that went back and forth, drama from beginning to end. Kick returns for touchdowns, big plays after big plays, bending and don't break defense, and just an overall good game. A couple of questions, especially in that fourth quarter, we'll get to in a minute, but give us a recap on that game if you don't mind.
Yeah, it was a great football game. We got the opening kickoff and went down and got right there to the 10-yard line, and when they were punching in and had to settle for a field goal. So you got to take hats off the Pine Bluff defense. They played great and bowled up right there. And they bent but didn't break, like you said. Then we kicked off to them, and they had a great game plan against us and went right down and scored. And so like now, okay, buckle up. It's going to be a shootout. And we come back and drive again, but I don't think we scored. And they scored, and then we scored. So it was like a little shootout there. At the end of the day, the first half, they was up 26-18, and they returned a kick for a touchdown, and they quarterback, and they got a fumble scoop for a touchdown. So we weren't panicking. We thought, and I told the defense that they played good the first half. They only gave up 12 points. That the special teams gave up 7, and the offense gave up 7. So guys keep doing what they doing offensively. We just had to settle down and get a quill to settle down because he wasn't getting hit. He got hit the first half, I think. And we got clean pockets, just settled on to make the throws we've been making all year. And told the wide receivers and running back was trying to do too much. Everybody was just overplaying a little bit. And so I told them, just settle down and do your job, and we'll be fine in the second half. I told them we need to come out and get a stop in the second half because they got the ball first. And that's what we did. Defense got a stop. We went down and scored, made it a 1-point game. And guys, we just settled down and got it back. We took the lead. And once we took about 12, that's when we decided to go for 2 to make it 14 because it's too early to get points. You come out and score in the third quarter with 10 minutes left in the third quarter, and you go for 2 right there. Now you're chasing points. So we went for 1 and cut it to 1-point game.
Okay, and it was a second half explosion. And did it seem like there was – I know you said there was some guys trying to overplay, but did it take you that first half to go back and regroup at halftime to kind of figure out the defensive scheme that Pine Bluff was trying to run against you guys?
We scored 18 points the first half,
mm-hmm.
And then we scored 22 the second half. So it wasn't a big difference in the points that we scored. We just took care of the ball better, made better decisions with the ball. And I think it was less possessions in the second half than it was the first half. So we played better in the third and fourth quarter. And then we gave a late touchdown, of course, to Pine Bluff. Our defense did, and they was kind of like we was in prevent defense. So they really played well the first half and played very well the second half. Like I said, they gave a late touchdown at the end when we was in prevent defense.
Now, it probably leads me to this next question I was have. Fourth quarter, you're up by a couple of touchdowns, and you decide to go for it on fourth down in your territory. Was part of that thinking that your defense was playing well enough that you was just going to go for it?
Well, we was at the 30-yard line, so it would kick it from the 37, so it would have been a 47-yarder, but it was into the wind in the stadium. The way we was going, we was kicking into the wind. So I said a 47-yarder into the wind is more like a 53 probably off that high grass. It wasn't on turf. That's high grass, and you sit that ball down, you can't hit it real good all the time. So I consider all of that in my decision, and the defense was playing good. So I said we need to go for it. There's no need to kick the field goal and get it blocked and get them some momentum on a thing we can make.
Absolutely. I do understand that. We're on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union hotline with Coach Connell Nature Boy Maynor. Man, I'm listening to you do that deal. You must be a true wrestling fan for real.
Man, I've been a Nature Boy fan for 30 years. So when them NFL guys in the locker room give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair and they try to say a couple lines, I was like, man, that's weak. I never came out with mine, But Jay and Tiff kind of pushed me on right there after the game, so I let them know how the real Nature Boy do it.
And Coach, I mean, I don't think you missed a beat, man. I thought I had to go grab my cape from when I was a kid and strut around like old Nature Boy used to strut around.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, look,
They never did a part about what's causing all this, and so they just had a couple of lines that they did, which was okay, but it wasn't really representing the Nature Boy. If you're gonna represent the Nature Boy, you got to do it right.
You got to do it right. Okay, I feel you 100% on that one, Coach. Now look,
They 14 time world heavyweight champ.
I'm not going to ask you if you believe it's real, Coach, but we're going to have fun with it anyway.
Oh, I know it's fake.
But it's quality entertainment, and entertainment is what athletics is about when the deal is settled and the dust is settled as well. Now, the spring is behind you. I know it was a challenging year. Now you got, less than 90 days before you're at it again, and then you're going to have some new company, but everybody been talking about what FAMU and Bethune-Cookman going to bring, but they got to deal with the defending champs now. So how you preparing your guys for this short turnaround?
Well, just like we did when we came in, man. I told these guys from day one that we was going to be the team to beat. We're going to have an X on our back, and everybody's going to get up to play us. And so we got to match their intensity, not only during the game, but during the week, because if they're going to watch more film, they're going to lift harder, they're going to run harder, and they're going to practice harder when they get ready to play us because we're the team to beat. And so it's not going to change next year. When we come back, we're going to be defending champ, and everybody's going to get up to play us. So every week, we got to bring it every week. We got to watch more film. We got to lift harder. We got to work harder in practice. We got to do a little extra running because everybody's going to be shooting for us. So we'll be ready, man. That's part of it. It's part of winning. And I told my team that from the get-go. Once you start winning, you got to learn how to win and what comes along with it. Because everybody now is going to start patting you on your back, telling you how good you are. We can't worry about that. We got to keep working and keep doing the little things that got us where we are right now.
Absolutely. We're talking with Coach Connell Maynor of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. Now, Coach, you're losing 14 seniors, and now you've restocked the cupboard. Some of those seniors that you're missing, are some of your replacement guys going to be able to come in right away, or are they going to have to take some time to learn the system and the Division I speed of college football?
Well, what's going to happen is all the seniors are coming back because of COVID. They can come back and play in the fall. They didn't lose eligibility from playing in these 5 or 6 games that we played. So those guys will be eligible. The question is, how many of them am I going to put back on scholarship and then sign other people with that extra money, because you're not going to be able to add scholarships. We're going to only have 63. So we got to finagle that and work it and figure out which seniors we want to bring back and keep on scholarships. And then the other ones, we got to take their money and go get some freshmen or transfers and plug those holes, or transfer a portal and plug those holes. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be ready to roll.
Well, that's when it becomes very delicate, because some of these seniors, you've been able to watch them develop. And when it comes to that business decision, not a personal decision on which direction you're going to have to go, I can imagine that being a tough task to take on.
It is. It's one of the toughest parts of this job, and being a head football coach, that you got to not renew somebody or non-renew somebody. But at the end of the day, I always tell all my guys, I'm not kicking you off the football team. I'm just telling you I can't put you on scholarship next fall. So those guys are not being kicked off the team. They're welcome to stay, do whatever they have to do to be a part of it. And they understand it's a business, and I got to make business decisions that's best for the football team and not individuals.
Now, Coach, when you first came on at A&M, you had a pretty good season. And if I'm not mistaken, did you not get your guys some rings because they were ineligible, but they played so good you kind of wanted to reward them for that?
No, sir, did not. We won 6 games, had a winning season the first year, and that was first one since 2011. And that was big for the program and us coming in as a new staff and getting these guys to buy in and believe in our system and what we're doing. And that's what happened. Those guys bought in. And then last year, of course, we won 7 football games. and we lost to Alcorn in their place on the last play of the game. So we was one player short last year from playing in the track championship. So we knew we had a good team, had a great opportunity this spring to play for the championship and win it. And our guys had their head down and did what we had to do to get to that game and win it.
No, I know the nature boy in you is not backing down, but as you stated, you're going to be a hunted man, and all eyes will be, and I got to ask this question because I have yet to look at your schedule. Are you scheduled to face off against Alcorn this fall?
No, sir, we are not. They moved to the other side, and we're not scheduled to play them this fall.
Okay, then. Well,
we'll play them if they get to the championship.
I was going to say to be continued possibly in the fall edition of the 2021 football championship campaign. Well, Coach, I know that it has been, as I say, an emotional ride and a draining ride. What do you do to recover, and how long do you recover before you get back on the grind? I know you're going to get a little R&R, but how much time are you giving yourself?
Well, the players going to have about a month, and summer school to start back in June. We probably come back about June 7th maybe, and then those guys will be in class and lifting weights and working out in the afternoon on the football field probably 3 days a week. Ready, man. They ready to get back started. But for us, it'll be probably about a week or two. And then we got to start back grinding and look and see who we play first and self-scout and try to improve on what we did and just get better from the ground up, man, and start all over. And you got to keep working. If you lose games, you grind because you're trying to get better. If you win games, you still got to grind because you got to continue to get better because you want people to catch up to you.
Absolutely. Coach Connell Maynor of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs with us on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. I just say just overjoyed, but still got to keep the nose on the grind and keep getting things ready for the next championship. And, Coach, as always, we definitely appreciate you making your way and helping out. And you know that I had to go on record and pick one, and I picked the wrong side. And I know you got something to say to me about it, so I'm ready to hear it.
Well, you know, you got your opinion. I don't know how you bet against us, but
I didn't bet. I didn't bet.
I know, but you picked against us. So you learn and you live. But one of my good buddies told me this. Y'all might know who he is. To beat a man, you got to beat the man. Okay? Whether you like it or not, you best learn to love it. It's the best thing going today. Woo!
Coach Connell Maynor, man, I thank you very much. Congratulations. And you know what? We're going to always keep the light on for you, my man. Always keep the light on for you. You have a great evening, my man. Look, you got anything else to say, man, before you exit out stage left with your nature boy?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Quit trying to get me promoted, man. I'm good. You trying to get me in trouble.
All right, Coach, man, you have a great evening. Thanks for joining us on tonight's show, okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
All right. Coach Connell Maynor of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs getting it done, 40-33. Great game. Roller coaster ride. Just like everything else in life, you have to adjust and roll on or get rolled over. So it just is what it is. We're going to take us a break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the weekend that was and get ready to hear from the heel of Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie A&M University Panthers. You're listening to the Mike First Show live edition right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Keep it right where you got it. Right back.
Drivers and bicyclists both have the right to be on the road and travel safely. And when we're on the road together, safety is a shared responsibility. State law requires drivers to maintain at least 3 feet of clearance when passing bicyclists. And bicyclists should always ride with the direction of traffic and follow all traffic signals. It's safer. It's courteous. It's the law. A message from the Regional Planning Commission Pedestrian and Bicycle Program.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the next 7 years of bigger and bigger enrollments, America's grade schools will need nearly 250,000 extra teachers besides those to fill normal vacancies. This great need, plus the growing public interest in education and improvements in schools, make elementary school teaching a more rewarding career than ever, a career that high school and college students should certainly consider. Education holds America's future, perhaps your future.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union has 13 different locations to better serve you. Locations in Rosenberg, Missouri City, Katy, College Station, Bryan, Brenham, and Waller, Texas. For more information, you can contact them on their toll-free number, 855-391-2149. Or you can send an email to information@bvscu.org.
Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The Open Mic Broadcast Network would like to take this time to recognize its sponsors and underwriters: Attorney Lee Van Richardson, Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union, Prairie View Athletic Club, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Reflections Paint and Body Shop, Helping Hands Lawn Service, Diva Skin Conditioner, Purple Drip Daiquiri and Grill. For more information on how you can become an underwriter or a sponsor here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, our number to call is 832-213-8824. Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. Is SWAC Sunday baseball coverage exclusively on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Join us each week during the regular season of the Southwest Athletic Conference as we bring you exclusive SWAC baseball coverage. You can join in by dialing 857-777-0000 or by dialing 857-777-0004. SWAC Baseball Sunday afternoon broadcast exclusively on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Drivers and bicyclists both have the right to be on the road and travel safely. And when we're on the road together, safety is a shared responsibility. State law requires drivers to maintain at least 3 feet of clearance when passing bicyclists. And bicyclists should always ride with the direction of traffic and follow all traffic signals. It's safer. It's courteous. It's the law. A message from the Regional Planning Commission Pedestrian and Bicycle Program.
Nearly a century ago, 6 academic institutions joined each other in Houston, Texas to form a sturdy, spirited association. Since that time, they've developed to become one of the leading collegiate athletic associations in the world, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. From the southeastern region of the United States and Alabama to the second largest state in the country in Texas, the parishes of Louisiana through the Mississippi River, and the natural state of Arkansas. Students from all over the world demonstrate the ability to perform, achieve, and excel in scholastic activities. Be a part of history. Be a part of the SWAC experience. Stand and be counted among the best in academics, athletics, music, stewardship. Create your world of contacts and friendships that last a lifetime. We are proud of our past and value our traditions. We will always carry a spirit of respect and competition. We are the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Honor the heritage.
And welcome back to the Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're going back to the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline, and we will bring up now Coach Eric Dooley. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
All right, we're doing great. I'm sure that you had a chance to partake in studying and breaking down footage of yesterday's contest. We just got off the phone with Connell Nature Boy Maynor. And what's your assessment of yesterday's contest, sir?
Well, I saw a hard-fought contest out there. I saw an exciting game from, like you said, from start to the end. And, it came down to what I thought. I thought who can muster up the most points was going to win it. And fortunate enough, Coach Maynor had a chance to get more one more touchdown than University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and they won the SWAC championship. But very, very exciting.
Very exciting game it was. And I got to be honest with you, Coach. I was looking forward to us possibly playing in some postseason, but I kind of looked at this as a blessing in disguise. You get the spring season, you get 3 games in, you're able to get the challenges behind you. Now you can focus on the fall. And what did you assess from the fall season leading and giving you momentum toward this? I'm sorry, from the spring season to give you momentum toward the fall?
Well, as soon as the season ended, I did my assessment, like you said, and the way I looked at it, during the spring, you get 15 days. You get 15 days to practice, and most of the time during spring, you scrimmage each Saturday, and then you have your purple and gold game, that last one. So I kind of assessed it that way since we had 3 games. Of course, it was a little better than the scrimmage. I looked at it as, we had the opportunity to practice and then play on Saturdays. And the most important thing, you got some young men to gain some experience, for some older guys to get more experience. And then I thought the big piece was we can head into the fall healthy. Not the best of it, but we did have a winning season. I tried to look for every angle for positive notes, and I saw a lot of positive things. So I'm excited and healthy and ready to move forward to the fall.
Well, it's always good to try to, they say, see the glass half full versus half empty. And we know that the big monster, other than COVID, has been this transfer portal. And according to social media, some key players decide to hit the portal from the Panthers. Do you know what led to that? And is there any way, are they just testing the water, or is this something that we can actually count on them trying to move on?
Well, here's the thing. It's unfortunate right now. These a lot of young men, and we were fortunate enough to go out and sign a lot of guys within our class, to which would have been normal, replacing the seniors that was graduating. That's what we try to refill. And fortunately, some of the guys they had to move on because of just their senior year. So it's not the best situation, and we always dealt with that, and we put in that situation. So, and some of those young men wanted to get a chance to play, I guess, another year. So they did move on. Wasn't no love lost. They understood the situation as to what we had coming in and what we can bring in and the number of scholarships that we have. So, of course, we always send those guys off with a blessing. They're still true Panthers, and we just got to look forward now for the fall.
Okay, when we spoke with Coach Maynor on the last segment, he was saying this is some challenging and difficult times to have some tough conversations with some young men, and I'm assuming that you're going through that same process right now.
Absolutely, because, my biggest thing is to, and I'm not saying that those young men are not, but I don't want to send no one off who I don't feel is just ready for the world, because we that's our goal, to build quality young men to be successful. But, a lot of those guys, all of those guys have their degrees. Some of them are going to get a master's degree. So we put them in the right lane to keep moving forward, and they understood what we were all about. And it is tough conversations because it's like wanting something, but you just can't have it because of certain situations. But we know the business of it, and we try to make sure that everything is out in the open and as clear as possible, and with good understanding. And I think they're in a good place, and we're in a good place.
We're on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline with head football coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Now, Coach, you just made an assessment of the season. You've officially now have your 3rd season under your belt. From day one of you landing on the hill, how do you assess your growth as a coach, as a man, and as a mentor here at Prairie View?
Well, I like where we are now. The thing about me, because I'm a competitor, I got to get that championship. That's what I believe in, and I know that's where we're headed at because of where we are. And I think I can say we came a long way, but let me not discredit Willie. Willie did a great job here with what he had, and now I was able to come in and move forward. the team understands. They understand how to win. They understand how to handle success. And, those are stages. But even though those things had to be a learned behavior, I still expected to win the championship my first year, my second year, as well as this year. That's just my mindset, and that's the mindset that we want the individuals. But it's been a lot of growth. I can tell you that. I seen some young men mature in so many different areas, mainly off the field, because that's what it's all about. I want to correct on the field, but I also want the off the field to show when we're not looking. That's when you can tell if an individual has grown. And I thought these young men have done a good job with adverse situations, because it's not the normal time that you expect growth through this pandemic. But we all had to deal with it, and I thought they did a good job for the most part. There's still some things we have to work on, and that's always, and that's where the challenges come at.
Yes, sir. It's a poetry in motion. It's never just quite the way you want it. So I'm hearing you saying that the goal was winning championships, and you've yet to hit that plateau. Are you looking at the glass half empty or half full when it comes to that area?
We there, Mike. I can tell you there. We there. We knocked on the door a couple of times. I like where we are right now. I'm not a guy that like to brag, but I'm gonna call it how I see it. We there. The guys have the mindset. We have the talent, and now it's just this year here. It's open. It's wide open for us. But we take it one game at a time. We only got one game that we have to worry about, and we know that game is the Labor Day Classic, September the 4th, yes, Texas. That's the one that we worry about right now.
That is the next game. Now, when you talked about, if you could, Coach, having to reprogram some guys, if you would allow me to say it in that form, what was the most challenging part of getting folks to buy into the Dooley system?
Well, I think immediately, sometimes it helps when you play in a conference and they know who you are and they had an opportunity to go against you. Right then and there, you can gauge their attention because they've been around. So they've seen you go, they have gone against you. So it wasn't bad, but just in the direction that I just believe in a business approach in everything that we do. As far as some of the things that the young men could not do, and I wouldn't allow, just the whole character issue, and then the academic side of it. It's probably quite as kept, but we have had over 30-something graduates within 3 years. So it's a plus, and several of those graduates have gotten 2 degrees. So, that's the progress that I want. The football part, to me, is the part that God given me talent, and I'm going to use it, so I won't lose it. So I don't have that issue. My issue is to make sure that these guys are representing Prairie View in everything that they do and say, because that's what they want to know. What school did you go to? Where you came from? And those guys understand now what I mean by every day of your life. You're on an interview. You're representing something. So I think they bridged that gap, and I'm very pleased with them. Not satisfied. I'm pleased because it's always worked.
Yes, sir. We're talking once again with Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. Now, Coach, I get mixed emotions. I get excited when it comes to signing day, early signing day, and then the late signing day. But then I get somewhat disappointed. We get a lot of promise and hope, and then sometimes they almost like been abducted into the Secret Service protective witness program. How challenging is it? We know it's challenging when you assess a young man, you visit with the young man and their families, but it's always like a lotto pick when we add or try to add to the program. How challenging has that been to get you where you expected to be as far as championship lane?
Well, it's always challenging, especially with this last year, because we haven't had an opportunity for anyone to come on campus to be able to show the young men around or even meet with those guys. The only kind of conversations we have had thus far is phone conversations, Zoom conversations. So, it's a little different. And I'm a people person, like to mingle and talk and make sure that I understand the person. So it's been challenging, but the one thing I can say, I'm up for the challenge, whatever that challenge may be.
Yes, sir. And like you say, it's always something going on, and I'm pretty sure your email inbox gets flooded, your text messages and voice messages get flooded with everybody saying, I got a guy, and you only have enough money to go around so far, and you have to go with that gut, and then you have to go with what you know to be a proven system. Is that correct?
Yeah, I like this old saying, I got to trust my eyes. I got to be able to trust my eyes. But, I do take all the emails. I take the phone calls because I'm not going to not take a look at. I mean, that's, in my opinion, I think that's asinine not to take a look at an individual when it costs me nothing. So I'm always going to watch. That's what I do 24/7. So if I get an email and it's a player, regardless of what, I'm going to take a look and evaluate that player. Whether he can help us or not, at least I know of him and understand the situation. And then I make sure that as a staff, we evaluate those guys. We have a system that we like to go through that checks all the boxes for us, that let us know that this guy that we need to bring in and take it a step further. So we recruit 365 days out the year, regardless of what. Within every week, we're going to talk about recruits. We're going to go through personnel. We're going to do these type things because we get a chance to pick who can help us. Why not?
Yes, sir. Now, when you're doing this, and as long as you've been doing it, Coach, and I got to ask this question, has there been someone that gave you a gold nugget through the emails and through the reaching out and said, this is one, and you hit it, you said, you know what, they might be on to something right here? Have you had many of those?
That's going to always happen. That's why you don't turn your collar down to nothing, because you're going to find something. Everybody going to have the same guy. Everybody going to say, I have this guy, but I ain't looking for 10. I'm looking for that guy. So when someone send me that guy, we're going to recognize it and we're going to go after it. It has been some emails that have come about, and you know what? I'm like, man, this is a great email. I labeled it. This is a great email right there. And I make sure I reference that because it helps. I think it helps also when that person give you that guy. So when that person's in another guy, you want to make sure that you're looking at it because he already sent you one.
Right. But if they burn you, they might as well delete their email address, right?
No, they don't have to delete it because you know what? I know it's only one walk this earth like that, so we understand that. But I'm always going to look because I don't want to ever have to say what would have happened if I would have taken a look at him. So I'm going to look at him with my own eyes, my coach's eyes, and make sure that this is not the guy from us, regardless of what, because we know all fans are passionate about bringing guys to the table. So there's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of times the alumni and fans think that you're bothering the coach. You can never bother me. This is my job. This is my job. So even if you call me at 4:30 in the morning and say, Coach, I got to recruit, I got to pop up and take a look at him. This is my job. So you got to understand that.
Coach. You shouldn't have told me
I'm
that.
just telling you. My wife already know that.
I get up at 3 o'clock, and so I'm scanning and probing. So I'm gonna start ding, ding, ding. Oh, here we go.
And you'll be like, I can't believe Coach answered that, because my wife immune to it. She already know. She already know what type of call it is. So it's not a bad thing to me. I think it's a good thing because it shows communication. I think it shows communication. So I never had an issue with that in nothing that I do for us recruiting, because it's something that I love doing, recruiting. So why not? I can't. It's impossible for me to be everywhere. So we got eyes other places. Why not use it?
Yes, sir. We're talking with Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Now, Coach, I got to ask you a tough one right now. And it ain't too tough, but it's tough enough. Now, we know that there was a recent hire from a place that you had some long success with the living legend, Coach Pete Richardson. Did that opening get your curiosity peaking just a little bit? If so, how much?
No, here's the thing. I'm a young man that goes. I noticed the Lord ordered my steps, and a lot of folks don't understand that when I say that. What God has for me, it is for me, and that's the way I like to go about it, because now I'll never have to look over my shoulder and ask myself, did you make the right decision, or did anything? Of course, I think with having some success and being under, I think, one of the greatest coaches to come within this day and time around. Of course, they should say, well, what Dooley doing, or where Dooley doing? What is he doing? But the good thing about Dooley this time, he was in his house already. He was in his house preparing for something that's going to be special.
Okay, very good. And with that being said, flattery is good though, right? It's good to be thought of and somewhere at least kick the brakes or as they say, throw the bone in your direction.
Absolutely, always, always.
Yes, sir. So the future of PV football is headed, as you say, in the right direction. It'll start September the 4th. Are there any wrinkles or additions that PV Nation should be looking forward to as we enter toward the fall?
Oh, it's going to be some additions. I can assure you that. That's not a question. It's going to be some additions because we're living in a new day and time, and I'm not going to get left behind. I do understand this. I look at the transfer portal as free agency in college, and of course you gotta see what's out there, see what's there. You don't let nothing that could help you and benefit the university. You don't turn it away if it's feasible. So we still recruiting, and I know the signing time is over with, but there's decisions to be made, and I think I guess for lack of better words, free agents to be signed. So we still looking at it, and I think it'll be some pleasant surprises come September the 4th, or even like yourself. I know you can come out to the to our fall camp. You see some surprises out there.
Oh yeah, every now and then I jot a note down or two and put it in my data system so I can keep a track. I recognize a little talent when I see it. I don't get paid the big bucks like you, but I try to keep my eye on the prize, Coach. I try.
Well, you're a former player, so you of course talent because you played around talent, and you got to think as yourself you were good, so you got to know what talent feel like.
Well, I'm gonna help you out, Coach. I don't think I was good. I know I was pretty good.
Now that's the word I'm looking for. That's the word I'm talking about.
I was pretty good. Sir. But look, like you say, I'm still waiting on that one game, Coach, because when I tell you my energy is spent, it's spent, Judge. I'm not gonna try to act like I'm 20 years old again. I know I'm 54, and I'm a proud 54. But I got one good game left for you, Coach. Now it's gonna be up to you now. And I told you which ones they were. That I come in there and I'm gonna give you 1,000%, and then I'm gonna go stretch out.
I tell you what. You always save the best for last. How about save you for that championship game?
Hey, that'll work for me, Coach. That'll definitely work for me. Now, look, as they say, the next game is the most important game, September the 4th, the Labor Day Classic on the road against Texas Southern, and truly looking forward to it. Coach, I definitely appreciate you making some time out with us on today. The football season's over with, and you're going to take off for about a week, you say, Coach, or a month or two?
No, sir. It's football right now for me. It's time to get moving. It's a fast turnaround right now. You're talking about maybe 122 days before the first game, and then those guys get into summer school. You have 90 days. You have 8 weeks of practice of strength and conditioning. Then you'll go to fall camp, and 29 days to play. Now it's time right now. The pandemic gave us a whole year and a half off. I don't need off there. I just need to continue to try to get this team in a direction that I know we're going to be headed in.
If I'm understanding you, Coach, keep oil in your lamp?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's all right. Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers joined us on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline. Coach, I want to give you some closing thoughts and comments as we end this segment out.
Well, TV alum, I know you had a short season. Wasn't what we all were looking for, but that's how the hand was dealt. But did get a chance to give you guys a winning season, but not what we are looking for right now. So we can't wait for you guys to come out and enjoy this upcoming fall season, which is going to be totally different, very eventful for you guys. But also, I think the young men they appreciate when you guys get a chance to come out and watch them move around in practice. It helps those young men out too as well, because we get after it once we get out on the field. But I just want you guys to know you're always welcome to come. We want this to be a family affair. You don't have to think that you're doing anything that especially that Coach Dooley don't like. So always come around, be be visible. I think it helped. And keep sending those emails. Don't think that I'm not reading them. I'm going to always read the email when it's talking about a football player.
Well, Coach, we thank you so much for joining in with us on the spring season. Look forward to doing it for the fall 2021. Can we count on that, sir?
Absolutely. Count it done.
All right. Consider it done. Coach Eric Dooley of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers meeting us tonight on the Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union Hotline on the Mike Prince Show Live, Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're going to take us a break, and we'll come back with our final segment of tonight's show. Keep it locked where you got it. We'll be right back.
And Mama, bad talk going around town saying that Papa had 3 outside children and another wife.
Reflections Paint and Auto Body Shop, located in Waller, Texas, is ready to restore the beauty of your automobile. Whether it's a small dent or a major accident, if your vehicle needs auto body repair, check out Reflections Paint and Body Shop. All repairs are completed by highly skilled and trained professionals. They are located at 2910 Waller Street in Waller, Texas. And just in case you can't get it into them, they provide towing services. Call them today, 936-931-5780. That number again, 936-931-5780.
Brazos Valley Schools Credit Union has 13 different locations to better serve you. Locations in Rosenberg, Missouri City, Katy, College Station, Bryan, Brenham, and Waller, Texas. For more information, you can contact them on their toll-free number, 855-391-2149. Or you can send an email to information@bvscu.org. Let's face it, from time to time, we'll have a need for an attorney, whether it's the case of a DUI, DWI, or any other circumstances that would find you on the other side of the law. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street, is the one to call. Attorney Lee Van Richardson and his staff are equipped to help you get through your legal battles. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, 979-826-8008 in Hempstead, Texas.
This broadcast has been made possible by the support of the Prairie View Athletic Club. The Prairie View Athletic Club is a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics. For more information on becoming a member of the Prairie View Athletic Club, send your email to pvathletic.club@gmail.com. That email address again is pvathletic.club@gmail.com. Prairie View Athletic Club, a proud supporter of Prairie View A&M University athletics.
Never let anyone devalue or underestimate your hard work and dedication. Many times we hear people say, wow, you're lucky. I wish I was as lucky as you were. I've learned something about the word luck. It's not necessarily one having luck, be it good or bad. It's about how a person applies the life lessons learned to their next assignment or challenge that lies ahead. We all are faced with challenges. We all have obstacles. We all have days that we wish we could have stayed in bed. The bottom line is, you take what's in front of you, work with what you've got until your change comes. The next time someone tries to tell you that you're walking around in this wealth of luck, it's okay to smile and accept it. But if you remember nothing else, remember this. Luck is spelled L-U-C-K, which stands for labor under correct knowledge. And when you labor under the correct knowledge, more than likely, you will come out ahead of whatever situation is laid before you. This has been another Moment with Mike. Thank you for tuning in. You guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back. The final segment of tonight's episode, Sunday Night Live edition of the Mike Prince Show. We have had the fortunes of having Coach Connell Maynor. First segment, just closed our last segment out with Coach Eric Dooley. Interesting thoughts and comments coming from both coaches. One will be a defending champion, and the other will be trying to get into the winner's circle. So we will see how everything develops, if it develops the way it should be. Because now that the spring season is over with, there is a giant looming coming out of the shadows, and that's Alcorn State. Oh, yeah, remember them? No longer will they be on the east. They will now reside on the west. And we know that the east has a defending champion, and they have the incoming of Bethune-Cookman and FAMU, not to forget Jackson State. And it's going to be a very interesting first year of the realignment of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And meanwhile, on the western side of things, the hits just keep on coming. I have no doubt that Grambling will rebound just because of what Broderick Favre has proven to do. He has already proven, in my opinion, his worthiness. He has worked through a lot of challenges on and off the field, not just this season. People are just paying attention to this season. But he has been dealing with some challenges for quite some time now. But you never hear him complain. You never hear him moan or groan. He just keeps his nose to the grind and keep trying to produce winners. Southern has a loaded team. Coach Odom's left this team in very good shape. And with the addition, or what we say the promotion, of Jason Rollins, he has a pretty good hand that he was dealt. And I'm sure that the expectations will not be lowered. And then Coach Dooley, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers have invested, have waited, and they feel that it's their season. And did I fail to mention Alcorn? 6-time Eastern Division champion, coming over to the West to try and continue their way of doing things. Man, it's going to be exciting in the fall when everything reconvenes. Hopefully, we will have the worst behind us as it pertains to COVID. We are praying that everyone stays safe, everyone stays focused, and everyone stay in tune, because it takes a village to raise a child. And whether you're in Prairie View, Texas, Beta, Mississippi, Norman, Mississippi, Houston, Texas, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Ruston, Louisiana, Tallahassee, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Montgomery, Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, wherever you may be, Jackson, Mississippi. I don't want to leave nobody out. I got to call them all. I figured I might as well call them all. Somebody going to be upset. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I think I got them all. I'm pretty sure y'all will remind me if I miss somebody. I want to thank you guys so much for joining in with us on this evening. It is always a labor of love for us here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. One thing that I do know, we cannot get it done without you. One man cannot perfect anything. And with all the help, all the information, all of the resources that are sent in this direction is greatly appreciated. Never underestimated, never underappreciated. We encourage you to keep supporting us here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can visit that website today at obnradio.com. Click on the donation button. Send your support in any which way you can. It's once again greatly appreciated. Some of you would prefer to send yours in by snail mail. You can send that to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, OPEN, capital MIC, all one word, P.O. Box 891. Prairie View, Texas, 77446. My time has come where I must exit stage left. Thanking Connell Maynor and Eric Dooley for joining us, and also thanking you. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.